Welcome. Jimmy Kimmel just told the truth about what's really happening in Los Angeles, and in doing so, he completely destroyed Donald Trump with brutal honesty.
I just want to say thank God for President Trump and the heroes at ICE for protecting us from these bloodthirsty fruit stand vendors spreading their dangerous pineapple chunks and mangoes with a squirt of lime all over the city. We are so grateful for what you have done. I'm very angry, I have to say. I cannot believe what's going on. I knew it was going to be bad. I did not know it was going to be this bad. People who have lived here their whole lives, people who've been in this city longer than I have, the vast majority of whom have never done anything wrong, are being abducted, which is the correct word to use, by agents in masks, hiding their identities, grabbing people off the street and at work, sending people to detention centers, and to protest that, which is not only our right as Americans, it's our responsibility. Los Angelenos have been gathering to demonstrate, and with very few exceptions, peacefully demonstrate, to voice their opposition to this disgusting and unnecessary abuse of power instigated by our mentally ill president, who is dead set on exacerbating this, who actually wants conflict, who is intentionally inflaming and lying to make it seem like there's a war going on here. He wants there to be a war going on here, and he doesn't care who gets hurt in it. There's no riot outside. We have more so-called unrest here when one of our teams wins a championship. But that's not what you're seeing on TV. Someone sets a fire in a garbage can, 12 camera crews go running toward it. Trump wants it to seem like anarchy, so he goes around, our governor, and he calls in 4,000 troops from the National Guard and 700 active duty Marines. You know, when we had the wildfires that devastated big chunks of our city, he did absolutely nothing. Now that we're in the middle of a non-emergency, send in the National Guard.
Hey, Mr. President, when is the last time you spoke with Governor Newsom?
A day ago. Called him up to tell him, got to do a better job. He's doing a bad job, causing a lot of death and a lot of potential death. If we didn't send out the National Guard, and last night we gave him a little additional help, you would have, Los Angeles would be burning right now.
No, it will be calm and sunny and 70 degrees, just like it is right now. What a hero. You know, he's always saving our city from burning. Last time we were burning, back in January, you remember he had them turn on that great big faucet that put all the fires out.
They met with a very heavy force, and if they weren't, you would have that city right now would be on fire. It would be burning down. The rest of it, what's left over, because the other fire was started because they wouldn't allow water into LA. They wouldn't allow water into California because they had it all shifted out to the Pacific Ocean, and I turned it around.
Still with it, does anyone believe this? He might be starting to convince them. That did not happen. He so desperately wants to be the hero putting out fires. Putting out a fire you purposely start doesn't make you a firefighter. It makes you an arsonist with a hose. The president of the United States has been tougher on LA than on Russia. Remember that 2-week deadline he gave Putin to sit down for peace talks with Ukraine? As of tomorrow, it's 2 weeks. But by all means, send the Marines to the Grove. This is an unstable person. I mean, listen to this guy.
They say we're a forest nation. We live in a forest, and they don't have forest fires. And in one case, he said, you know, our trees are much more flammable than California, but we don't have forest fires because we clean the floor, we sweep the floor of leaves. California is a disaster, what they've done in California. They don't do anything. And if you did, you almost would not have forest fires. And you could say in theory, you shouldn't have any forest fires. And we spend billions and billions of dollars a year because people don't clean the forests. And we're going to clean the forests. We're going to start cleaning them.
Yeah, that's right. Any day now he's going to send in a squadron of Roombas to clean it up. He's cleaning the forest. The guy can't even keep the clumps of hair out of his shower drain. And now he's cleaning the forest. And to be fair, some of the protesters broke the law. They're throwing water bottles. 3 Waymos, these driverless cars, got set on fire, which is ironic because the MAGA crowd thinks immigrants are here to steal our jobs. But if you're a driver for Uber or Lyft, you know the real threat is Waymo. You know, Trump lies about everything, a lot of stuff. But it's especially maddening when he's lying about a situation you are physically in. I mean, everyone in this room right now knows none of these doomsday scenarios the president and his minions keep imagining aloud it's not remotely true. There are no mobs, there's no violent insurrection. There are Americans who are upset marching to protect their neighbors, no matter what this sick person says.
These are paid insurrectionists or agitators or troublemakers. You can call it whatever you want. But these are paid insurrectionists, and these are paid insurrectionists. These are paid troublemakers. These are paid troublemakers. But these are paid people in many cases. They get money. They're paid.
In that little mind, that sticky little brain covered with Aquanet, they would have to be paid, because why would anyone ever do anything without being paid? Right, Melania? I mean, that's how he thinks.
In a fiery segment on his show, Kimmel didn't hold back, calling out the lies, the political games, and the chaos Trump and his allies continue to spread about the city. From homelessness to crime rates, Kimmel broke down the real facts versus the fear-mongering, and exposed how Trump's rhetoric is all about distraction, not solutions. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.